What does it mean to be a champion? The true determination, the hunger, never being satisfied with second place, never giving up, never surrendering. College basketball is probably one of the hardest sports to win a national championship. And it's even more rare that both the men and the women basketball teams both win national championships at all, let alone in the same year, just like the Uconn Huskies have done. But why are you so surprised? They did this back in 2004, right? One of the only teams in history to do it. One of the only universities in history with basketball programs good enough to win in both genders. It's the WC with World Championship breaking news. Now, I know that some people were wondering why I didn't do a prediction video for the national championship game or a reaction video to the national championship game on Monday, because I wanted to wait until the women of Uconn either won or didn't win the national championship. If the Uconn women didn't win the national championship, I probably wouldn't be doing this video. But I wanted to do this video to eat a little bit of crow and give major props to somebody that I probably should have given major props to a long time ago before, he makes history, officially makes history. But first I want to make sure I eat this crow. Now, in my breakdown videos of the NCAA men's basketball tournament, I'm gonna tell you like this. I picked UConn to win in the first round, maybe the second round, but I didn't have them getting past anybody in the East region. I thought that Virginia was a better team. I thought that Michigan State was a better team. I thought that every other team, Villanova, I thought that they were a better team. I just thought that that UConn up until the tournament was just too inconsistent, too hot, too cold type of team to win the championship. But if you've watched, NCAA championship games or tournaments, you know that it's not necessarily the most talented team that always wins. It's the most together team, the more coordinated team, the more adrenaline driven teams. And I watched UConn's games. Their defense was impeccable. Definitely, it was one of those things where you just look at the fact that defense wins championships, and then you look at this UConn team and you ask yourself, why did they make it to the Final Four? Why did they win the national championship? Because they just knew how to play defense. All right. Shout out to Kevin Ali. All right. A young black head coach, and those are 3-4 words that I'm proud to say. A young black head coach with the opportunity at a big time university to hold down this job and create a dynasty. All right. Speaking of dynasties, let me talk about Gino for a second. Gino Auriemma. All right. Now let me make this clear. I'm a college basketball fan. All right. I like the Maryland Terrapins. Maryland Terrapins was in the Final Four. I thought that the Lady Terps were going to take on UConn and have a chance to shut that down. They didn't get past Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get past Notre Dame. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And Notre Dame didn't even have their best player out there. You would have thought that, Skylar Diggins was out there, shooting threes with her, fine, beautiful, luscious self. Let me stay focused. Let me try to stay focused here. But Gino, arguably one of the best motivators in college basketball history. I think that by the time that Gino was done, he'll be considered the John Wooden of female basketball. I think that that's what he'll be, and I think that he'll be the John Wooden of women's NCAA Division I basketball. That he'll just have countless championships, and he's just a master motivator. He's a great recruiter. He gets the best out of every single team that he has out there. Like I said, the Florida Gators were probably the best team in the men's tournament. All right, but the best team doesn't always win, and you can have talent. All right, but if that talent doesn't translate on the floor, you're not going to win championships. And clearly, Gino is one of those guys that gets the best. I mean, the absolute best out of those girls every single year. I don't know what it is, but if I was, if I was planning on being a head coach at all, or coach period, I would try to, try to get information from Gino, because that guy just looks like he just gets it when it comes to motivation, when it comes to persistence, when it comes to having the fire and desire to be a champion. That guy gets it. All right, he gets it. And for the Uconn Huskies, this is your year, 2014. 10 years later, I think you guys did it back in 2004. 10 years later, you guys are, champions of men's and women's basketball, collegiate basketball. And that's something that, wow, I mean, really, I mean, nobody can say anything to you guys about anything, at least until the next year. So let me know how you guys feel about the Uconn Huskies basically, just winner take all, men's and women's. I mean, it's unprecedented, and it's been great tournaments, both sides of it. I've watched both tournaments. A lot of college basketball that I watched over the last, month and a half, men's and women's, and the tournaments have been pretty darn unpredictable. So let me know how you feel below. Were you shocked that UConn, just came from out of nowhere? The men's team just come from out of nowhere and win it. And how surprised on on a level of 1 to 10 are you that the women, went undefeated again? I mean, I'll put it on maybe a level of 2 at this point. I'm really not surprised that they went through and they won the national championship. But as far as the men goes, I'm going to put that at an 8.5. They got blown out by, one of these teams in the tournament, and it just looked like they were just, they were just going to be a team on the outs. But they go all the way to the national championship. So let me know how you guys feel. It's a WC. I'm gone for now. Peace.